cut off on the end. She started calling me Brenda. And I made a comment about how Kiki Yerfin made a move against AT in a game earlier this year, and I just spelled her name out, and then AT logs into Twitter for the first time in like 10 years and chirps me. And then she changed her bio from Connecticut to Phoenix, so I kind of helped her out.
That's why we keep you around. And I'm going to start referring to you as Brenda from now on for the rest of this game.
It was great to see AT back here at Mohegan Sun. Beautiful video tribute before the game. I don't think it's really much of an argument. The #1 player in team history. Pouncing in the lane, kick it outside. Makani for 3. Rattles off. Sun down by... Maybe Sanaya Rivers. Skating in for 2.
I love me a fake handoff right there. Sanaya Rivers stopping on a dime, then exploding to the rim, leaving everybody in her dust.
Now you see me, now you don't. 6 off Connecticut's bench. Sun with 16 points off the pine. Thomas could not deliver. Can Connecticut keep whittling the deficit away here? Sabali guarding Mabry. They were teammates down in Miami at Unrivaled with Phantom. Rivers, wide open look. Makani, the rebound.
A nice job staying aggressive, looking for their shots, but this is where you have to get back. Phoenix is so good getting out and running in transition. That transition to be much better for the Sun. You got to stop the ball.
The transition is a big reason why they're 8-4. Coach Tibbetts wants that half-court execution to keep improving. Mabry with just nowhere to go. Hasn't been able to get room to fire up her shot. Up fake and a foul.
Mabry doing a better job drawing that contact.
Each team now with a team foul. Sabali draped all over Anissa Morrow. Copper, second game back from the knee injury. Skip feed, Sabali. Yes.
That's just unfair. Sabali, with her size, ability to spread the floor, knock down, going to be a mismatch most likely out there on the perimeter.
Sabali's second, Mercury in double figures. Charles cannot answer. Grabbed by Copper. Dangerous on the break. Here she comes, prancing, and rolls it out.
Better job by Connecticut getting back in transition.
Makani off the heel. Charles crashes run. Shovel it. Morrow going to work. Sabali orchestrates offense, has a mismatch here. 6'4", Satsu Sabali finds Thomas cutting away from the ball. Here comes a double on the engine. Mohegan Sun is an opponent. Sheldon, fourth triple, not that time. Rivers on the offensive glass. Just an effort play by the rookie. How about the connection here? Morrow faces up, splash.
Exactly what Anissa Morrow needs to be doing, facing up. And a level of her game she's going to need to consistently add at this next level.
Kim Mulkey pushed her so much at LSU in the healthy way. Alyssa Thomas with the wave off. She really knows how to sink her teeth into any game. Never mind tonight's motivation. And she rolled
in 2014 by the Liberty. But she was immediately traded to Connecticut with Kelsey Bone and a 2015 first-round draft pick. Well, do you know who that trade was for? Between AT and Tina kind of still is a little beefy there, right?
It speaks to how long they've both been in the league. You could almost find a way to connect every player somehow on that transactions page, but 2 of the all-time greats in team history here in Connecticut. Nelson Adota swept that ball underneath, getting some run together. Screen Morrow gets it back, hesitated for a moment, short on the 3. Thomas the contest.
She can't hesitate on that. Morrow's got to shoot that with confidence.
Thomas, Mabry gets involved. Now Thomas face up. Dribble handoff, Loxa looks to feed her, but the Sun deflected.
Sanaya Rivers, she used her length and times that block perfectly.
Passes up to 3, step to the left, in and out. Morrow on the O glass. New 14 for Connecticut. Sun at 5 offensive rebounds. Held the steal. Feeding it off Loxa. Sun do a great job getting back. We move on to the next corner. Nelson Adota going in the workshop. Thomas the rebound. Now she's got 5 boards with the 5 assists and 13 points. Lexi held, pull up, yes.
Nice job by Lexi.
He is so polished.
Yes. completely a new roster. Think about it, no Diana Taurasi on this team for the first time in a long time. Sophie Cunningham obviously going to Indiana.
Trade. You notice that 8th overall pick from the Indiana Fever. That's what allowed Connecticut to draft Sanaya Rivers. 57-42. Mercury on the first night of a back-to-back. They're in New York tomorrow. As for the Sun, they were in Indiana last night, where tempers flared and the crowd being engaged despite a lopsided score. Musa did not hear the shot clock winding down.
I'm telling you, it gets loud.
Side as an opponent, she'll face the music tonight. Bria Hartley at the controls, swing it, Rivers. Dump pass, Nelson Adota. Morrow puts the head down. Anissa Morrow rising and banking it in.
I like what we're seeing offensively, either getting rebounds or getting steals.
Thomas using that shoulder, creates the space. Nelson Adota. Rivers, eyes up the floor. Picks up the dribble. Snagged, but back in the hands of Mabry. Sees Park, feeds Morrow. Back-to-back buckets.
Paint touch meets the open Mabry.
Morrow with 8 points in 10 minutes. Deflection, Nelson Adota. Sun once again can bring it underneath. 10 points. It's Mabry at 3.
And that's been huge.
Tina and Marina, 8 points combined. The rest of the team elevating their games. Morrow, Brown, Rivers, and Sheldon most notably. Shot clock winding. Crowd into it here at Mohegan. Double comes. Deflected pass. Loxa has to heave. Sabali is there. 3-ball. Nelson Adota pulls out the Uno card.
Oh my goodness. How did Sabali make that?
Hartley looking for Mabry in the post. Marina Mabry looks to go to work. And Mercury bench, number 2 in the league in scoring. Loxa. Bank is open.
Wow.
Count it and 1. Loxa with now 5. Mercury first trip to the line in the third. They took 20 free throws in the first half. (62-49). Hartley in and out. Morrow have a game.
She's contact and gets to the line. In each game, Anissa Morrow is to a league where everybody's physical night in and night out. And you can see her each and every game get more and more comfortable with that.
104 with 10 points. Her best game by far, a quarter of the way through the season. A little hezzy by Held. Which percent for the season? Start to a season since 2018. They were 10-3 that year. As for Connecticut, their only other 2-9 start to a year was 2016. They have never been 2-10 in the 23 years of Sun basketball. 4-second differential on the clock. Morrow fed, turn, fired, count it. She's on one tonight. 11-point game. Westbell drives, feeds it. Musa, no shot for the Mercury to conclude the third. Anissa Morrow.
Really quickly, defensive intensity. What do you like from what you're seeing defensively?
Well, we're just staying body to body. We're staying matched up, and we're doing a job of keeping people in front of us. If we can just, take away some of the silly fouls at the end of.
Anissa Morrow ain't coming out. 12 points, all in the third quarter. Shot clock winding. Hartley blows by Brown, and Kalani Brown at 6'7" rises for the rebound. Copper passes up to 3, bounce it, Sabali hit. Nelson Adota contested the shot. Bursting out of a cannon, it's Mabry. Morrow found her.
Great job by me.
Showing it here tonight on the second night of a back-to-back. 3-ball clanks out for Loxa. Sun down 9. Biggest lead for the Mercury was 19. Mabry making moves. Mabry floats it up. Sabali is there. Copper catches the outlet, puts the head down, and drew the foul. There's Copper at the line. Busy night at the strike. 6 of 7 now for Copper individually. Phoenix, 24 free throw attempts.
We see one another chatting.
They play with that same edge.
I love it.
Right? Competitive
so
spirit.
Fun to, you hate to play against it, but you love to have it.
Two-man game here. Nelson Adota, rise and fire, knock it down.
More of that from Nelson Adota for the Sun.
That is oozing tonight.
She's got a quiet 10 rebounds.
Top rebounder on the team. Left-handed pass by Thomas, and Laksa does the rest.
To the paint.
Mabry, there's a foul on the floor. And let's mind you of our friends' 3-point shots. That's #1 in the WNBA.
Wow.
Mabry, that was a tough shot, leaning away. Morrow got the defense with a nagging knee injury, missed most of training camp. They've been slowly adding more to it. 6 rebounds as well, 2 steals. Making her presence felt. The Sun top draft pick, Akoa Makani, using the Thomas screen. Looking at the landscape. Mack hands it off. Copper steps into a 2, passed it up. Nice pass into Mack.
Copper gets so much elevation when she goes up in the air that she had time to maybe shoot it, then pass it off.
So unselfish. So we come up on 7 minutes to go in regulation. Nelson Adota the spray. Sheldon 3. Thomas, who has 13 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists in her return to Mohegan Sun. This time as an opponent. Copper scraping inside, missed the lay. Can Connecticut get closer? At one point they got it to 7, and the Mercury answered. Hartley tees up a 3 and knocks it down.
Defense went under. Hartley had all the room in the world to get set, knock down the 3.
Akoa Makani, slingshot engaged. Thomas driving. Nelson Adota plays the reverse card. Sheldon with the hustle. Now the Mercury have numbers. Nelson Adota, 3 blocks tonight. Exceptional defense. Thomas falling away. There was contact. She didn't pick up that second foul. Normally she's been picking up that second foul very early in the first quarter, and Coach Mezion talked trouble.
You know, it's always the biggest key to any game, right? Defending without fouling. Easier said than done.
Very much so. Thomas splits the trip at the line. 10-point game again. Hartley just drilled her first 3 of the game. Nelson Adota, now she wants to work on O. Foul. Built here. Connecticut Sun not giving up. It's worth mentioning, Megan, Nelson Adota did not start the second half. Haley Peters got the nod, and maybe that was what was needed to give Ono the spark.
And a good move. She's come in defensively and has caused that spark.
And Sun caught a break. Pocket threes can be deadly. The Mercury play 5 out, and they make about 10 threes a game. 3rd most in the league. 9-point ball game. Sheldon matched up by Akoa Makani. Sheldon got the step, feed it inside, fumbled. Phoenix has it. We come up on 5 to go. Thomas is fed on the roll, spray it, locks the same spot. Sabali for 3. Strong. Tipped by Thomas, second chance opportunity for the Mercury. High-low, Mack misses the lay. Mabry, 2 defenders creeping. Mabry picks up the dribble.
She's got no space.
Oh, no time!
This is what...
Have to love the spirit of this team. They were in Indiana 24 hours ago in a physical game. Outlet, Laksa, 2-ball this time. It drops.
Laksa has come in and done it.
She's contributed to 32 Mercury bench points. Nelson Adota, no from the nail. Green clock. Thomas spins, fires it up. Morrow, skyscraping rebound. 3.5 to go. Morrow.
Wow.
Now you see me, now you don't. Timeout, Nate Tibbetts in Phoenix. rebound to Connecticut.
Chance opportunities, and it's kept Phoenix to one and done and allowed the Sun to get out and play fast.
Outstanding crowd trying to will this team back. 5 to shoot for Thomas. Outlet Copper, 3 in the air, is good. Kalia Copper.
That was her first made field goal of her second game from that injury. That was a dagger of a 3 to hit, too, in a timely manner.
We used to talk about
And then she's going to blow by everybody.
Hartley, sidestep 3, that's an answer. This team is fighting tonight. Closing time and the return of AT. 7-point game again. 7 to shoot for Satu Sabali. Her 3. Thomas O'Bour. Copper wants a fire again. Kalia Copper. She's an assassin.
No notes.
Under 2 minutes. Mabry wants to take matters into her own hands. Rivers jets to the basket. Foul heading to the line. It's on Sabali.
So dominant. Again, creating second chance opportunities, rebounding, getting to the basket. There's a lot to look forward to with this.
Connecticut. Morrow went 7th. Rivers went 8th. The duo stops and buckets.
Morrow once again gets a tip.
Oh, they're going to get a foul on Phoenix.
Wow.
82% for the year. Eight-point game. The new big 3 in Phoenix in just their second game together. Thomas, Sabali, and Copper all on the floor, trying to close out their 9th win. Thomas, the lead pass, deflected. Sun have it. Mabry 3. Hartley is there. Coming up on a minute. Hartley. Morrow. Nelson Adota is fouled. 3 quarters since. By 1 in the second, by 1. Time and score. Morrow digging in defensively. Love to see it. Thomas gets the step. Outlet. Held. Yes. Another AT assist for a 3, and she's got a double-double in her return. In 2023, she had 28. To top, Tina Charles. Sun need to hoist up some shots quickly. Hartley maneuvering. Hartley splits 2, drew the foul. Kalia Copper, by the way, to the Phoenix.
After missing the first part of the season with an injury, didn't score a field goal until the 4th quarter, which is the time. She might be saving it all for New York tomorrow.
Yeah, well, Coach Tibbetts joked before the game. Cobb calls him Nate the Great, and he jokes instead. Thomas hurries away. Morrow has been the assignment. Thomas, assist, no. 13 seconds, held with the heads-up defensive play. 10 seconds, and the Sun will call out the Dogs. And fittingly, Alyssa Thomas holds the rock in her return to Connecticut. Thomas gets the victory, and the Mercury improved 10.